civil society organization in Nigeria has called for the amendment of the nation's controversial Companies and Allied Matter Act 2020. This law was signed by President Muhammadu Buhari on the 7th of August 2020 in an event organized by Global Rights with the theme The CAMA Shrinking Our Square. The Executive Director Abiodun Bayewu Teru says the reviewed CAMA Act will restrict CSO and NGOs both incorporated as a non-profitable organization act.
While it's a very good law for the business sector, for the profit-making sector, it is very restrictive on civil society organizations. That would include, of course, NGOs, churches, mosques, Isusu groups, and everybody incorporated as a non-profit under the CAC. It's our duty to collectively think about these issues and challenge them. And that is what we're trying to do here today. For example, there are so many subjective sections to the CAMA, and those subjective sections means that the Companies and Allied, the Corporate Affairs Commission can at any time step in to an organization as long as politically exposed people are not happy with the organization, which will make accountability more difficult. And as the 2023 elections approach us, we need as a society to also begin to ask for politicians who will be respectful of our civic space, who will seek to build a society in which the voice of the people can be heard rather than suppressed.
She further urged members of civil society in Nigeria to challenge the section of the act that are faced with issues and work towards proposing amendment in the future.
That is also why we're having this strategic meeting, asking ourselves how best should we engage with them, how best should we bring up these issues. Now, there are new faces, there are new voices, but then how do they feel about the civic space? Are they going to be as despotic as the outgoing system, or are they going to be more respectful of citizens and of our semblance of democracy?
Professor Chidi Odinkalu said there have been efforts by the government to render NGOs and civil society organizations to be incapable, and also called on all CSO to be more conscious and up to date.
It doesn't profit politicians to see civil society that works well. That really is where the tire hits the tarmac. The NGO bill was also an effort at doing exactly the same thing. So there's been a concerted, consistent, deliberate effort to incapacitate civil society, render it so incapable that they do not become a force, an alternative to political voices that are active. So if you're then in a situation in which the political opposition is weak, the citizens are mostly pauperized and impoverished, and therefore their concern really is for what they eat on a day-to-day basis, and the civic space of active, organized civic sector is itself endangered. Organized labor is discredited and bereft of money. What you have is an authoritarian state, and that's where we're headed. That really is the danger here. Now, does it mean civil society has got to yield to this? I don't think civil society has got to yield to this, but it means a different way of doing business. It means civil society that's got to be more conscious, more up to date, that articulates a national agenda, not just partisan agendas or parochial agendas. At the moment, you've got APC civil society, PDP civil society, you've got Southern civil society, you've got Northern civil society, you've got Muslim civil society, you've got Christian civil society. All of those polarities play into the hands of politicians. So the first thing we've got to do is articulate a Nigerian civil society identity that transcends all these polarities, transcends a lot of these mostly manufactured divisions, and makes it possible for us to confront the dangers that civil society faces on a level that recognizes it is existential. It also means that we've got to recognize the issues that matter to our people. Hunger is important. Violence is important. Students staying at home and not doing anything for aeons is important. Violence against women is terribly important. A lot of women are being destroyed in intimate relationships, traded, trafficked, children wasted. Now, we are not recognizing these at the level that of the dangers they pose to our society. And I do hope that if we can recognize the livelihood dimensions of this, we can reframe the civil society thing. So it ceases to be elitist. Because at the moment, a lot of people see civil society as part of the elite. You see people who are supposed to be civil society actors driving cars with personalized number plates. That's offensive.
Dorcas Olariwaju, Voice TV, Nigeria.